Welcome to this new WINOA technical webinar. Today we will see together what are the quality tests done on our products by our quality lab in the different factories of the group. Before all, we need to make the split between the tests which are absolutely compulsory each time and the tests which are made only on request. So let's begin by the compulsory QC tests. Let's see how the macro structure is controlled by the QC lab.
Macrostructure evaluation is just a visual test done on a sample of abrasive and mainly on grits. And there is two objectives for this test. First, to see if the crushing was well done regarding the number of cracks and if there is micro cracks remaining at the surface of the grains. And the second point is to check if the grit is polluted or not by shot. On this example, I chose on purpose a grit where there is a little bit of shot just for you to see what is the difference and what should not happen.
Size distribution analysis is certainly the most popular QC tests because it's done at 3 steps during the manufacturing of the product. First, all the sizes are checked in the manufacturing hoppers every day. Secondly, size distribution is checked before thermal treatment. And third, size distribution is checked after packaging. So that's why in France, to give an example, our QC lab makes 70 size distribution analysis every day.
Sieve analysis is based on a pre-selected number of sieves depending on the product to check. Then 100 grams of abrasive are weighted before the sieve analysis. Then the sample is automatically shaked during 10 seconds with 5 seconds break and during a total of 5 minutes cycle time.
Stop.
Then the sample retained on each sieve is weighted and compared with a table of specifications to achieve. Remind that depending on the plants, the specification to achieve is or SAE specs or WA specs.
Let's see now how to measure the density. But take care, there is 2 tests of density. The first one is the pure density of the material itself, so called the real density. And the other test is made to calculate the apparent density of our products. Let's see together how it works.
First, for the real density, it's necessary to measure 30 milliliters of alcohol in a graduated tube. Then we add 50 grams of abrasive. And so, due to the volume displacement, we will look at the new level of alcohol, and with a correspondency table, it will give immediately the density of the abrasive.
Let's see now how to make the coefficient shape tests and how to interpret the results.
So the test is made on a 50-gram sample of abrasive. Then the product is poured on an inclinated plate with a specific angle and specific frequency of vibrations. This test is made 2 times on each sample to be sure that all the shot particles have enough time to fall in a bucket.
Voilà. Et tu fais un autre cycle.
Then the quantity of shot particles is weighted in order to calculate the coefficient shape percentage.
Let's see now the hardness measurement. Remind that we use the Vickers method, but we transfer these figures in Rockwell due to a table of correspondences. Hardness measurement is made by the QC lab on the final abrasive. But the hardness measurement is made also during all the manufacturing process. So I mean, once a day, the hardness is checked after the quenching stage, and once a day, hardness is made also after the tempering stage to know if we reach the right hardness after tempering stage.
In order to control the hardness, it's necessary to manufacture a plug, which is an agglomerate of abrasive plus resin. On a specific machine, a sample of abrasive is introduced in an empty cylinder, and then on the top of that, we will add 2-component resin, and we will cure it, we will cook it during a specific time with specific temperature to be sure that the resin has time to cure. When cured and cooled, the plug is extracted from the machine and has to be polished to be sure that the surface is totally flat and adapted for the hardness measurement. Then, when the surface of the plug is perfectly polished, it's ready for the hardness measurement, which is based on a Vickers method, and you can find the principle on the W app in one of the last calculator. And the area of printing is measured. I mean, the trace of the probe is measured inside the metal, and so with a conversion table, the hardness is evaluated. We make the measurement in Vickers and the software automatically transferred to Rockwell C units.
Let's see now how the chemistry of our products is controlled.
Before to make the chemical analysis, it's necessary to take a sample of the abrasive and then to put it in a ceramic jar in order to melt it. The sample is melted in an oven for a few minutes. Then, when the sample is melted and cooled, it's ready for the next operation. Now we have a pure sample of melted and cooled steel, which is ready for the next step, which is polishing in order to have the right surface ready to be analyzed. Now the sample is placed into a spectrometer and all the elements are analyzed following a specific standard for each of them.
Let's see what is the method and how to interpret the results regarding the microstructure analysis of our products.
We take the same sample as the sample used for hardness, and there is a chemical acid attack on the surface to make it more readable by the microscope. Then the image on the screen will be compared with standard pictures in order to know if we have reached or not the right microstructure of our product.
One of these tests is made on the Irvine tester. Why do we use this equipment? Because it's light, fast, okay? But take care, we never use this equipment to compare two different abrasives coming from two different suppliers. Because we know, and the standard says it's not done for this use. But the Irvine tester works perfectly. When we want to compare a golden sample, which is the reference for us, with the batch of product manufactured, and so we can follow, we can trace the quality of the product and the lifetime of the product from batch to batch.
100 grams of abrasive are introduced inside the machine, and then the trial is launched for 500 cycles. Then, after 500 cycles, the remaining product is removed from the Irvine tester. The remaining product is sieved on a rejection sieve. Remind that in the Irvine tester procedure there is only two rejection sieves, 0.42 millimeters and 0.3. So that's why, once again, it's not the right equipment to compare two abrasives coming from different manufacturers, but it's only a tool to evaluate the consistency of the quality for a known product.
Among all the tests, which are done only on request, there is the conductivity test. So let's see it together, knowing that you certainly remember that you have already seen these tests during a previous webinar.
Conductivity measurement is quite easy to do. We just have to prepare 300 milliliters of pure distilled water and then also 300 milliliters of abrasive. Then mix it together. Then the water is filtered in order to remove all the dust and the solid particles. Then the conductivity measurement is made with a probe to measure the capacity of the water to transmit electricity. So it's a proof of presence or not of free ions in the water. The measurement of conductivity is made in microsiemens per centimeter. Measurement of the chloride and sulfate contents is made by chemical reaction with specific additives. The color will change depending on the concentration of the chlorides and sulfates, and this color will be analyzed by a special device which will give the concentration in soluble salts inside the water. The concentration of these salts is given or in milligrams per liter or in parts per million, which is the same thing.
Okay, let's see now the apparent density. Apparent density is the density of a specific volume, but taking into account the space between each particle of abrasive. Let's see together what it means.
600 grams of abrasive are weighted and put into a graduated tube. Then the tube is placed on a shaking machine to temp the abrasive. So now we can read the apparent density, which is the weight of the 600 grams divided by the volume, which is now, let's say, 120 milliliters.
So after seeing this webinar, you can be sure now that the quality of the product leaving the factories is very strict and very well controlled. And just to give you an order of ID. On a plant like Le Sheila plant, which is the biggest of the group, last year we had only 100 customers complaint. And only 30% were due to the quality of the product itself. So it means, okay, maybe you can say, wow, 30 complaints due to the quality of the product, it's really significant. I agree with you. But we have to compare with the volume. And to give you an order of ID, Le Sheila plant, which is the biggest plant in the group, manufactures more or less, to give you a rough ID, 100,000 tons per year. So it means what? It means there is one quality complaint for 3,000 tons manufactured, which is really not so bad. Okay, so now I hope that the quality control tests are more clear for you. Don't hesitate to contact us. Don't hesitate to put your remarks also, if you have any, on the quiz. Don't forget to play with the quiz, and as usual, see you soon.